Live. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to episode 4 of the TappedInPod. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm your co-host, Jonathan. I hope everybody's having an amazing Monday. To get things started, let's get a weekend recap.
Recap of the weekend?
Yeah.
Man. I said I had
this little cool weekend.
Yeah, I had a pretty eventful weekend. To kick things off on Friday... well, I went to work in on Friday. I ended up getting out early just because of the winds and stuff.
Oh, the 15 mile per hour winds?
They were not 15. Yeah, they for sure exceeded like 25. So there was it was deemed unsafe.
Yeah.
Just got sent home.
What's the fastest winds you got on out there? Since you started working?
I'd say probably 30, 35.
Damn, that bad?
But that's sustained. The gusts are usually way stronger.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what pushes you.
Yeah.
You could you lose your balance and stuff.
So imagine if you're carrying a panel or doing something that's
what I'm saying, that you need all your balance for and stuff.
Yeah.
It could get tricky. No, yeah, and then that same Friday night we ended up just going out to celebrate our homie's vasectomy. Yeah. I mean, we didn't get into nothing too crazy. What about you? What'd you do on Friday?
Friday night.
Anything interesting Friday?
No, not really. Just work my 8 to 5. After that, just chilled for a little bit after work, and then I had a semifinal game that.
How did that go?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Nah, but it went. I wouldn't say it went pretty bad, but it was.
What was the score?
It was 3-0.
Oh, you guys got smacked.
We got smacked, but it's just we weren't having it that game. We weren't connecting. We weren't doing. We weren't playing as a team. Just getting into our heads. The other team got into our heads. But Friday, that was pretty much it. My Friday was work, soccer, sleep.
Not bad. Yeah. On a Saturday, my Friday and my Saturday, they just blended.
It was you just took a little power nap.
If that's what you want to call it. But just went into work in the morning. Same thing. Got sent home early just because of the weather conditions.
Damn.
But man, was I glad because.
Hey, that crudita got you or what?
Nah, I don't even drink.
Anymore?
Just that sleep deprivation, it'll really get to you. And I mean, luckily I don't have to drive or do anything like that. So I was.
You're chilling?
Yeah, and then I just got home, took a good old nap.
A little pa refrescarte.
Yeah, cerró la pestañita. Yeah, pretty much just ran a few errands and got ready for the little birthday party we had on the weekend.
Yeah.
What about you? How did your Saturday kick off? Just work?
Yeah, it was just work. We just came straight here after that. Or was it 8?
Yeah, you came here at 8.
I got here a little late.
And then what did we do after?
We just kicked it for a little bit, and I was forced to go. I didn't really want to go.
Yeah, okay.
I was forced to go downtown after, but
the homie got kidnapped or what?
Yeah, I was like, la policía. Nah, but yeah, I didn't really want to go just because still Sunday morning I had the other game.
Yeah.
For that semifinal, but
how did that one go?
We won 1-0, but we still had lost the first game, so we had to put more than 4 goals in just to even get to the final.
Bruh.
But yeah, even though Sunday we played way better, it was more of a team play.
Yeah.
Than Friday. But talking about Saturday night, let's not try to jump over that.
What happened on Saturday?
Hey, you tell me. I left home early.
Me too.
Hey, if 2 in the morning is early for you?
Nah, I didn't get home that late.
Nah, because we went to Sandrini's. That's the first place we went.
That's the only place you went. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, me at least. That's all. I'm trying to get a little more out of you. Cause yeah, I called it quits early, just because I still had to get up early and I didn't want to do all that.
So did I. You're just scary, dog.
Nah, it's not even that. Just, I was just trying to go home and sleep.
Me too. I was having more of a vibe out here, really.
Yeah. Well, like I want to say I was like forced peer pressure to go, because like I said, I didn't really want to go from the beginning. You're like, let's go, Jacob, let's go, JC, let's go. Everybody, but
Nah, you know what's the most messed up about like the whole thing?
what?
You restricted him from changing, bro.
Who?
JC from his outfit.
JC,
Like,
he had the best fit the whole night.
You're like, if you change, I'm not going.
No,
I
told Mancho. And that fool went.
JC.
No, I never told JC.
Yeah, you did, bro.
Well, he still changed his shirt. The fool found the best shirt he can and put it on.
La más planchadita.
La más planchadita. Nah, but I had to Mancho. I was like, hey, Mancho, if you want me to go, you better go how you are. He's like, yeah. Goes home, change, and then meets us over there.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much a summary of our weekend.
Nah, but what time did you guys go home?
What time did you get home?
I left like at 12:20. Got home like 12:30. 12.
Probably no later than
4:40.
No later than 1:30. We were they were doing like EDM sets where we were at.
Where at?
I don't remember the name of the place, but I mean, it wasn't really. It wasn't really my vibe.
Didn't you say you guys went to?
Don't be all extra.
Nah, why?
Where'd I go?
No, man.
I swear I don't want to go.
Hey, the man in Casablanca or what? Down the street?
Nah, never.
Hey, just a Mito?
Yeah, but the homie's homie was, he had a set, and I was like, you know what?
Oh, he was DJing. That's what you guys were talking about, right?
Yeah. I was like, let me go check it out. See what he's about.
That was cool.
He's pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah. But what kind of music does he do, or what is it?
It's like that EDM.
Oh, like that. Like what is it?
Techno,
like rave kind
whatever,
of music.
Yeah, that genre, whatever. It
Yeah.
is. I'm not really my cup of tea, but
you're more of like a cumbia type guy.
Hey.
La tumba de cocodrilo.
But yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy.
That was, yeah. And then my Sunday, like I said, it was just more of a kickback day after the game. I was just tired.
Yeah, my Sunday just editing, basically. Editing, running some last minute errands and stuff.
Yeah, well, for me, it was just had my game. Went to Mercado Latino, got a little pendant for my necklace that my other one had broke.
Don't get it snatched, boy.
I ain't never that. A little pendant, and then had a little ice cream date.
Hey.
A little movie date to end the night. Pretty much it for my.
What movie did you guys watch?
Well, it's not a movie. We're watching a show, All American. Let me put you on.
Oh, bro.
Hey, hop on.
Oh, brother. Anyways, for today's first topic, I have World War III.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
World War III. I'm all for it if it happens, but nah. To be honest, from what I kind of been.
You're like, I can't even get drafted.
Hey, as long as I get my dad some papers, I'll be there.
Just.
Nah, but I've been keeping up a little bit with the whole bombing that they did in Iran.
Yeah, they bombed 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. I mean,
yeah, I forgot the name of them, but yeah, pretty much they were.
well, yeah, there's some weird names, but it was like three different locations,
Yeah.
3 different targets that they ended up bombing. And
Hey, but I was looking into those. What were they called? The D2.
the B2 bombers.
B2 bombers. Those are crazy.
I've seen those before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we still lived back in Chicago. Me, Merlin, and like the homies we'd go to like the skate park. It was a little bit like out of the way from where we would stay. And we were just at the skate park, and I remember just seeing the B2 bomber just
fine.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I mean, they have a good amount of like spacecrafts and stuff out there, because they have like the whole Navy Pier and stuff. But I was like, damn, like it was flying low too. I was like tripping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the wings on those airplanes are just.
Well, they look all weird.
It looks like a pizza, like a big old pizza, wide pizza.
Shout out to ELD, homie. He said pizza.
La pizza.
But like those like smaller like aircrafts.
Yeah.
Well, smaller compared to like the B2. Like I see them at work like all the time.
Oh yeah, because you guys have
the airport's right there.
There's a military base on.
Well, the base is like a little bit off to the distance, but
It passes by.
There's the airport right there, and that's where they do a lot of like testing and stuff.
What airport is it?
The one in Mojave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Mojave airport. It's not a base; it's like an actual airport, but it's private.
Yeah. Oh, just for like military and like government kind of.
Yeah, federal business or whatever.
Yeah, but I was watching a few videos on it on that B2. I had seen that those to make them is over like $2 million.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. It probably costs more than $2 million to fuel it to like get close enough out there. So
They said that they flew for 32 hours.
That's what I'm saying. And
it was I think it was like kind of 16 there and 16 back. And it was fueled 3 times on the way there.
That's what I'm saying.
Three times on the way back.
So not only do you have to fuel that,
but you gotta fuel the fueler.
But yeah, you gotta fuel the fueler. So like that kind of brings me to my point. Like, do you think it's even worth it?
Well, yeah. Look what they do. Like, look what they did.
Do you think we were like legit like gonna be under attack?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what do you think the whole point of doing that was?
Just to show dominance.
Like assert dominance?
Yeah, pretty much.
But like everyone already knows we have the best military.
Well, it's not, man. Like probably give them like a little state quieto so they could stop doing what they were doing.
But what are we even beefing about?
Well, isn't it that who are they bombing? Iraq?
Israel.
There you go. My bad. Israel.
But Israel started their attack first.
Oh. Well, pretty much it's just like the big brother defending the little brother.
But like, do you feel like we needed to like even get involved or like step foot into that like that beef or whatever?
What was it that Iraq was starting to overpower? No, Iran was overpowering Iraq or no?
No, Iraq is a whole different entity. It's a whole different territory.
Wait, so
Iran and Israel.
Israel? No, it wasn't Iraq. No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I'm confusing them then. But Israel. So Iran was overpowering Israel on the attacks. No.
I wouldn't even say that.
No. Then I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's just a trip because Israel initiated. Like,
those attacks?
Yeah, like the attacks with Iran, or first it was Gaza. They're trying to like conquer Palestine or whatever, and then from there they're trying to control or take over Iran. And Iran fired back because they have a better military than Gaza. So I think, we can go into a whole rabbit hole, but just to keep it short, like I feel like since the U.S. and Israel are allies, which who even knows why, like we know the truth, but They did that as a statement to be like, hey, we have the U.S. backing us, like no matter what. Like, just know even though we're only an 85-year-old country, like we run shit basically.
Yeah.
But man, you can go into a whole tangent with that one. Yeah, on the topic of World War III, who do you think are the 3 different types of people that you would draft?
That I would draft just because I don't like them, or just like because
No reason in particular.
there's no reason. Just people that I'll send out there
Yeah, to the front lines.
to the front lines. We'll start off with the little Edgars.
Yeah.
Just to see how they'll keep up with all the war.
They're gonna be with the switch, and they can.
It's the Edgars and the YNs. Yeah, the YNs.
The YNs with the
The little
shiesties.
shiesties.
Okay.
They'll be in the front lines.
The skin tight jeans.
Yeah. And then
What else?
probably the hot Cheeto girls.
Oh man, what are they gonna do?
They just feed the YNs and the Edgars some hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Para que no se me malpasen.
Oh, what about your third one?
My third, I want to say just the food, or like the people that went to school with no backpacks. The one that went just with a pencil.
No binder.
No, nothing. Just pencil trying to conquer the whole school.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be my three soldiers.
Your 3 soldiers.
What about you?
Your starting lineup.
Yeah, my starting lineup.
My first one, it has to be those JROTC fools.
Oh, like JC, pretty much.
Has to.
Yeah, JC with the riflazo, just
Because they really swore they were about it in school. So.
Hey, especially in the rally when they had a little one-on-one against their own teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, now we gotta see what type of timing they're on for real.
They really bought it.
Yeah.
Nah, I think my YNs and my Edgars win that one. Yeah, for sure.
Number 2, I say the fools that walk on their tippy toes.
Aw.
Tippy toe walkers.
Those people be vicious.
Those fools.
They be taking off and no los alcanza.
They swear they move in silence.
Like,
It has. And then number 3, probably everyone that's left-handed, just because they feel they're superior in society. All the lefties. Well, you can't tell me that someone that shoots with their left doesn't feel like they're better, like in soccer or even in basketball.
Oh, well, in soccer it's like no, like
they usually watch out, he's a lefty, watch out.
Well, no, because in soccer like
that fool's lefty, he can't get right. Stupid ass.
Nah, but in soccer lefties they do tend to be like better.
Yeah, same thing with basketball. Left-hand shooters.
Yeah,
tend to be more.
Hey, but that's how they got. They don't got anything else better.
That's what I'm saying. They could be like low key. They could be like the snipers.
Yeah,
because they got that precision, that accuracy.
What if they're lefties, but they can't close their right eye, so they gotta shoot with their right eye?
Those are coordinados.
Yeah.
Nah, but what do you think?
So you said it's the ROTC,
the U.S. front lines.
The ROTC people, or students.
Hey, all 6 of the crews are gonna roll into the war zone in the fucking short bus.
Yeah.
Man, I want to be in that bus, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Nah, you'll be the one driving.
I'll be the one driving it. Look it.
Nah, so you said the ROTC, JROTC. Second were the tippy toe walkers, and then your third one was. Did you give it third one?
Yeah, the lefties.
Oh, lefties. There you go, lefties. Yeah. Nah, it's.
Hey, and throw lefty in there too.
Let the gun play. No, it was a cool little lineup. I think mine beat your lineup though, for sure.
We'll have to find
my YNs and
Edgars.
Yeah.
Hey, but do they usually get along though?
Hey, they're gonna have to take out them JROTC people.
They have to sign a treaty.
Mm-hmm.
Kick us off to our second topic.
My second topic was on dating somebody with a high body count.
Damn.
would he date somebody with a high body count?
How does that conversation even start though?
No, it's just maybe like something. Well, obviously, it's not something you want to talk about to the person about. But what if you know about the other person?
But like, are you really like asking a grown woman that?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, you kind of see what kind of person like has a high body count.
You could just tell her what.
Well, kind of like if you just like see them doing things that a person that you know that, or not that you don't, that you know has a low body count, but you could really see it like how, depending on how they talk to other people, how they present themselves.
But at that point, you're just kind of assuming.
So that's what I'm saying. But
they
like,
say, don't judge thy neighbor.
don't judge what?
Don't judge thy neighbor.
The neighbor. No, but for example, it's like you're obviously not gonna go and ask them like, oh, like what's your body count?
So, I mean, why not?
Oh, then you go and ask them.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Me neither. But I'm just saying.
I don't
like,
want to get heartbroken.
No, what I'm saying is just like, so say you know a friend that knows that person, and they're like, oh, like she's told me this or he's told me this.
Yeah.
And like that's how it gets around.
I just wouldn't pursue it. Period. But, you know, flip the roles. Like, say you do ask. Like, it just comes up into conversation. What number is too high or too many? So you guys are, like, the same age.
The same age? I would want to say, like, just because, like I said, I wouldn't do it. Maybe no more than like 5.
No more than 5?
Yeah, I want to say just because I wouldn't be that type of person that has that high body count, you know.
So you would say like 5 or less is cool?
Yeah.
Like multiply by 3, or what did J. Cole say?
Nah, but like I want to say probably like a cool little
5-piece.
Little 5-piece nuggets.
I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable. I guess, considering the age.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just I'm not the type of person that wants more than 5, or the least for me, the better.
Obviously, right?
Yeah. No, but like not for like my partner and for myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's people that have like the double digits and like
they be running them numbers
they
up.
Just run it up, and they're proud of it too. It's just like,
yeah. Well,
just because I would want to say like,
where do you think that pride comes from or stems from?
Just trying to be like a show off, like I got this much, and like
trying to like prove a point.
Not prove a point, but just maybe try to just be like a show off, just like presumido.
But like, is it really being a presumido? You kind of look at them like, yo, like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like in their mentality, they're like, oh, like I've had this many bodies on me. Like you have so many. Like you're less of a person than I am.
I think that's like a weak, that's a weak mindset, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's how they think, but
yeah,
it's just that's not how I think. And like I said, for me, the less the better. And
so if she has 5, like you'd be able to date her.
I'm not saying I'm looking for someone like that, but I would say it's something reasonable.
So if she told you she had 5, would you date her?
I wouldn't want her to tell me.
But you just found out because you asked her. It came up in conversation.
Nah, I wouldn't ask though.
So you wouldn't date her?
Like I said, well, if I'm saying 5, it's for a reason. It's like, yeah, I'll probably, I'll consider. For you too, if a girl tells you, she's like, oh, I got 5 bodies on me, you wouldn't date her?
That's 5 too many.
That's 5 too many?
That's 5 too many.
Would be something realistically that you would date then? With what body count?
Dang. Just like hypothetically, like it came up in conversation.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it can't be more than one.
But realistically, like you're probably not gonna find anybody that has less than or like less than 2.
Says who? They're out there somewhere.
Well, yeah, but it's you're gonna most likely find people with more than less.
No, yeah, but I usually do my research.
A little background check?
Yeah, a little background check, just to know what I'm getting into before even like kicking things off or initiating anything really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like you're like, oh, you're gonna ask her no. It's like you kind of ask around, like
you gotta do the little Carfax.
little Carfax, little what is it?
Make sure it's not salvage title. Yeah. You know,
no accidents.
No accidents.
When was the last oil change they did on it?
Is it on birth control?
Damn.
Not the oil change.
The what? The oil
Not the oil change.
You gotta check everything.
Have the tires been rotated?
Hey, how much depth does the tire have?
Gotta check with the penny.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, but like, what's too high of a number? Yeah, anything exceeding 5.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, it's the less the better, and no more than 5.
Yeah.
And just how like life is now, it's pretty much just
run it up.
That's what people be doing, just running it up. And
anyways, to switch the topic, I wanted to talk about tattoos in the Mexican household.
Oh, let me clear minds real quick. Nah, but
I personally don't have any, but
yeah,
I'm getting that itch, that bug to get a couple or at least one, you know.
Start it off. Would you consider doing something small or something big for your person?
I low key I want to get a small one and a big one, or a small one and a medium one, but I want to do them together just to get it over with.
So you just want to do a big one?
No,
because for example, if you do a small one, you want to do a medium one. So
it's not quote unquote a big one. It's just like a longer session.
So are you trying to do like a half sleeve, a full sleeve?
Pretty much like what you have, and like a little smaller detail elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean, you have that one, and then you have some like on your legs or whatever.
Yeah, my thigh.
So, what was your parents' reaction to like seeing like your first tattoo or any of your tattoos?
To be honest, I've never. Oh, just with my last one, I did tell my dad about it. I told him before I think the night prior to getting it. I was like,
so you asked permission? Grown man asking permission?
No, well, it was more of like just like letting him know, you know. Well, yeah, he gave me his opinion, his 2 cents about
it. Más pedir perdón
que permiso. Yeah. Nah,
what did he tell you?
But yeah, I told him the night prior to it. I was like, oh, like, but like I got something to tell you. And he's like,
no me pegues.
He's like, what is it? And like I was just like kind of beating around the bush, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a tattoo tomorrow.
You know what he heard in his ears? Pa, soy ganguero y vendo droga.
Nah,
that's what he heard.
Nah,
you didn't hear nothing about tattoos.
He's not like that. Where like, oh, like te tatuaste ser cholo. Like, yeah. Nah, he like a lot of my cousins have tattoos.
¿Por qué te tatuaste?
Por nomás. Nah, but so I pretty much went up to his room because he was already laying down. I was like, oh, pa, like me voy a hacer un tatuaje mañana. He's like, otro. Yeah, but
he already knew about the legs.
So yeah, he knew about it, but it's something I never told him, and we never talked about. So I just tried to hide it from him as much as I could. But I'm guessing just one day he did like see it, and then he's like, oh, like otro, ya tienes uno en la pierna, ¿para qué quieres otro? I was like, oh, like it's just like algo like otro que me gusta, and I told him that the guy that did it for me, he was having a little special, so I like hopped on it. Then
Up on this one.
his little.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh man.
Nah, but so yeah, when I told him, he started giving me like a little hour session. By the time he finished, it was like midnight.
Oh, lecture.
Yeah, a little lecture.
What was he saying? What was he saying?
He was like pretty much like, oh,
Give us
like,
the cliff notes.
he was like, why are you gonna do it? Like, you know, like you lose like presentation, like when you get a tattoo that's more visible. And I was like, oh, like it's not like where I have it to show it off. I just have it. I'm gonna get it because I like it, and it's something that I've been thinking about getting for a while. And then he's like, oh, like, well, you're old enough to do what you want to do. You know what you do. If it's if you're asking me, I would say kind of hold off on it and just think about it better. And like, if you are gonna do it, then go ahead and do it in the future. But I already had the appointment booked and everything. And I was just like, I'll talk to the guy that did it and see what he could do. And
See what we can do in terms of what, like canceling it or rescheduling?
rescheduling.
Oh, that's a whole hassle.
Yeah. So then just the next morning came, and I was just like, I'm gonna just do it. I'm already here.
Yeah.
Just do it. Did it. Took me like 5 hours to do.
Did you do like the whole lemon cream thing?
No.
Just raw
So-
dog it?
Yeah. So I was low-key scared to doing it just because it is a bigger piece. But when I got there, he's like, oh, so like we set up everything. He was like drawing on everything, and he prints out the little
Canvas.
the little
Stencils.
There you go.
Yeah.
The stencil. He placed it. He's like, oh, like how do you like it? I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the only thing I wish I wouldn't have like done it too low, just because when I do wear a long sleeve, you can kind of see just like the bottom of the rose. So I wanted to do like a little cutout right here, but it was too late.
Did it hurt though?
To be honest, the things that hurt, like the parts that hurt the most is like the lower wrist, and then just getting into the inner elbow. But pretty much after that, it's easy.
Yeah.
No, but what hurts the most, it's funny because when I went to go get my last tattoo before that one, me and JC, the guy that I work with, we both got a tattoo at the same time, and mine wasn't as big as his, so I was done before him, and the guy, he was doing his tattoo, and he was wiping, and when you wipe, you gotta like wipe hard.
Yeah.
And JC, he was just like hurting.
Wolf?
Yeah, he was hurting with the wipes, and I was like, I don't understand why like he's like crying, like not crying, but like exaggerating that it hurt.
Yeah.
So when my tattoo artist was doing my tattoo, he would like do it, and then he'll wipe hard, and it's just like it. I want to say it kind of hurts more than the needle. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Especially when we'll take like little breaks, because he took 3 breaks. If it was for me, I would just try to like push through the whole session.
Yeah.
But no, he was like, oh, let's take like a little 5-minute water break. So we did it, and then the first session, he was kind of done with the rose, and he pretty much cleans everything out before we stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you come back, it's pretty much dried. So when he gets back on and he starts wiping, he's just like rubbing on your skin dried, and just like with the little he has little Vaseline that he starts like putting on you when he's tattooing, and that's what like kind of helps it like
Lubricate.
it. And when like throughout the whole other like session of the tattoo, he was just like wiping, and it felt better compared to like a dry rub.
Yeesh.
No, but yeah, I'm already planning on trying to do my backside already, but
They say like once you get one, like you can't stop.
yeah, it's just like I just see the backside empty, so it's something I want to do. Maybe do the whole sleeve, but just little sections. So first the front, back, then the top, then the inner bicep.
I know a lot of people usually do their left arm. Was there a reason why you did it on the right?
No, it's just, well, I want to kind of do like a half body. So pretty much I start off on my right thigh, just try to keep the whole thing up.
Right thigh.
Yeah. What is your thought on college?
What do I think? About college?
About having to go to college.
You don't have to go.
Oh, about college then.
College, right after high school?
Yeah. Well, pretty much, 'cause that's when majority of the people decide on going.
Yeah. I mean, if you pretty much have your career, like what you want to do for your career, like during high school, and you pursue it in college, I feel like, yeah, like why not go for it, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, from people that I know, it's usually like 7 out of 10 times they'll always end up switching their major.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to pursue something different. And then you're just wasting time, money, resources.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really go to college. Just first of all, like I didn't really like school like that.
Yeah.
Second of all, pretty much money. Even though you could apply for programs that help you like FAFSA and stuff, but it was just money that I was gonna have to spend that I wasn't gonna really put it into use like that. And then the third reason is like I've seen so many people be successful without college, and I didn't find it a reason to go. Just because you could either open up a little business, make it into something bigger, or even just working, saving up money, buying houses, renting them, and just keep on going from there. You could do so much things without college, and that's the reason why I didn't really.
Did you have a career in mind while you were in high school?
No, not in high school. I had I've always wanted to be a lawyer when I was a little kid. I would say elementary. It was like a lawyer. And then I got into middle school and I started getting into guns. So pretty much buying like BB guns, and my dad would take me to Swami and buy me them. But once he started seeing me get into guns, he's like, oh, like why don't you consider maybe being a police officer or law enforcement? And I told him, yeah, like I was gonna think about it, but it's still kind of a hassle because it has to do with like school, kind of, because you take tests, you gotta be on your aim, your like on top of your stuff with all the study and stuff like that. And for me, I'm more of a hands-on than learning, so I knew it wasn't gonna connect. So I was just like, I'll just do something that's gonna benefit me, and I know I'm gonna do good.
Yeah. That's pretty solid.
So yeah, for me it's just like maybe opening a tire shop or a mechanic shop in the next few years, and just growing from there.
Johnny's Tires Incorporated.
El Johnny's Tires. And then, well, with that, like with saying that, it's pretty much I'm trying to like look for the future where my dad, he wouldn't have to work for someone else, and it would be something, employ him,
family members and friends.
Yeah, just because he works in construction right now, and where he works at, he's pretty much lifting heavy, and my dad's getting old. The years are getting to him, and there's a few days where he gets home from work, he's just out the whole afternoon into the next morning, and I see it in him. So that's why I'm just thinking for the future.
Would you say like college is a scam?
Not a scam, but it's not necessary in my eyes. And it's not something where I'm gonna force it on my kids. Just like there's some parents that do force it on their kids, who are like, hey.
Were you forced like that? Or pressured?
I was
to pursue it?
Not pressured, but I was told a few times where like, oh, it's never too late. To this day, like sometimes I get it brought up like, oh, like it's not too late to go into, but like I said, my goals are something else already.
That don't require school.
Yeah.
That's fair, because I mean, especially like in a first generation household, I feel like education's always kind of made a priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily I wasn't I mean, I wasn't too pressured into it, even though, I did pretty good at academically. But I mean,
Didn't you go a year or
I didn't go to
no?
college.
Oh, okay.
I graduated and I was supposed to attend.
Oh, you didn't have a graduation, right?
No, it was whack. I just picked up my certificate.
Oh, okay.
Again, shout out class of 2020. But the plan after high school was to get into trade school.
Trade school.
UTI. And then I met a UTI graduate at my dealership job, and he basically gave me the rundown how if you didn't have a good a network, you would still start from the bottom regardless of your education.
Yeah.
So you just start as a loop tech and slowly make your way up into a.
But don't they say that they do start you at a better pay?
That's their whole bet though, and I don't know. I kind of, I was kind of smart enough to see it through, because I remember their recruit for our region. He wasn't even an alumni. He was just good at basically a salesperson. Basically a salesperson. He was selling you this quote unquote dream or concept.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on. I took a step back. I'm like, why am I even listening to this guy? And then luckily I met an actual alumni that graduated.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, if it's not worth the 50 racks that you're gonna spend on that.
Don't they say it's like that place? What is it?
UTI?
Yeah, UTI. Don't they say it's like a half a course than if you were to go to college for it?
Heck no.
No?
No, if I was to go to community college to get, my automotive technology degree, way cheaper. Sure, it's not. It wouldn't come as fast because that's more of an accelerated course.
Yeah.
UTI.
That's what I'm saying. It's a shorter process.
But I feel like in the long run, it's just more worth it, because when you're paying your $50,000, imagine you're making basically bottom of the barrel wage.
And you still gotta pay it.
And you still gotta pay for your day-to-day expenses, and you gotta pay your tuition. That's only accumulating interest.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a never-ending cycle, That's why it's better to just. I mean, if you really
just have 50K saved.
I mean, it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
But going to your community college it's always easier, I guess. Or just, if you're lucky, you can get in with no education. They'll provide all your training depending on what dealership or what shop you go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't pursue that. But then I found an alternative, which was, law enforcement, which, I mean, it just didn't end up working out as intended. And then luckily where I'm at now, it kind of just fell into my lap.
Yeah.
You
think it's a better outcome?
Yeah, the more and more I thought about it, it's like I said, everything happens for a reason. And at first I was kind of iffy, I'll do this and then I'll do something else later on. But then now that I'm in it, I'm starting to kind of network with the other brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
And just kind of get their perspective on things. And I'm liking it, just because once you have that license, bro, you can go travel anywhere in the country
and just work for any
contractor.
Yeah. Or contractor.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like I'm not going to school, because it is an apprenticeship program.
Yeah. Do you go to school every week?
Every other week.
Every other week?
Yeah.
How many days a week?
Just one.
Oh, just
once every other week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you still have to maintain, your grades.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is it more strict than a regular school, or?
It's more strict compared to different locals.
Oh, okay.
We're kind of held to, I'd say, a higher standard, because we can't have anything lower than an 80.
Which 80 is what, a B?
A B, yeah. And anything
A
lower.
B minus.
Yeah, anything lower, you're. You know, there's warnings, there's consequences.
So it's not where they just like kick you out right then and there.
They can like eventually, like if you keep messing up and stuff.
If you keep it low, your grade.
Yeah. But to switch topics, I think I was telling you earlier about a TikTok I seen. It was like a landscaper. He was getting detained by ICE or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And they were using like excessive force. Let me see if I can find this name.
So pretty much just like beating them.
Yeah, like unnecessarily just trying to get into handcuffs. I think they were like, they had like his they had their knee on his neck. And they
Oh,
were like,
damn.
they're like socking him up, like
Just to detain them. Like
yeah,
put
he's
the
just
handcuff
like
on 'em?
an older Hispanic guy, you know.
Damn.
His name was Narciso Barranco.
Narciso Barranco.
Yeah, and then, you know, obviously as that video kind of went viral, and like
I haven't seen it, but
And it
I'll
started, like-
look it up after.
it started like circulating. It turns out that he has 3 sons that were and are in the Marines.
Damn.
Yeah, one of them he served in Afghanistan,
Yeah.
and then the other 2 little brothers are active in the
Damn.
Marines.
For real?
Yeah. So imagine you have your three sons like serving for the
Serve.
country,
And they treat you like this.
and then you get treated like that. But then I was going into like another deep dive of like who these agents are, because a lot of times they'll pull up in their little armor vest, whatever, that just says police or
ICE.
so yeah, sometimes it doesn't even
Yeah.
say that, and it doesn't have like their name, or sometimes they don't even have a badge, or like they're masked up.
Yeah.
And when you ask them to identify themselves, they don't. It's just like, you know, it's like hella fishy.
Yeah.
Then I was doing like a deep dive on it, and it turns out that most of them are like bounty hunters. So they're
Oh,
like
really?
they're private contractors, and there's incentives, which range anywhere from like a rack to like 2 racks
Yeah.
per head.
Oh, damn.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
they're just
and
probably out there just to get the money. They're not doing it for.
that's what I'm saying, and it's like they're just like racially profiling the people.
Yeah.
It's not like they're coming up to you with the warrant, like, hey, we have a warrant for your arrest.
And they didn't have anything for him?
He was
No?
just. I think he was just like on his daily route, and obviously they profiled him with like the truck. Maybe it was stationed.
Yeah.
It didn't show any prior context to that. It just showed when he was on the ground, and I mean, he wasn't resisting. They were just
Damn.
aprovechándose, you know. But other than them being private contractors or bounty hunters, I was reading something about like retired COs, correction officers.
Yeah.
Which that kind of threw me off, because it's like, for one, like they don't go through that training, and they don't carry firearms.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, they have like spray or like batons. But
Like maize or
yeah,
bear spray.
yeah. But the article I was reading, I was saying something how, you know, how they're just not they're not equipped for that job, basically, and the ones that do participate in it, usually like their egos are way up here.
Yeah.
So al primero que ven, you know what I'm saying?
They're just like, let's get this go.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, for a rag, like
So I'll give it to you. Go.
what you're doing, it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And I was talking to my boss about this today. It's pretty much there's like people like him. He was working. He wasn't doing anything bad. He was just trying to get through his day, doing his day-to-day work. There's a lot of people that aren't doing the right things, that aren't getting treated the same way, where it's just like, why are you going for the wrong people when they're not doing nothing? We don't know about their record, like their criminal records, their backgrounds,
Yeah.
but there's people that aren't doing the right things, and you're not doing nothing to them.
Yeah, but I mean, when you kind of put it that way, it turns into like finger pointing game. But what kind of bothers me the most about that is like those funds that they're allocating for, for all these like detainees or whatever.
Yeah.
For like all the detaining and stuff. Like where's all that energy when there's like school shooters?
Yeah.
When the Capitol was stormed.
Oh, it was in the Pentagon too, or just the Capitol?
It was the Capitol.
Oh, okay.
Like the school shooters.
Yeah. It's just
all like the child trafficking, like all that other stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
that's
like
much more of a priority.
And they're here doing this bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think like the real agenda is?
It's just I don't know if they're just trying to make the quick bucks, or they might get more money, or I don't know what they could get out of it, but just going for the easy.
Who's they?
Like the government?
But like, how do they get money out of that?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're spending money to fly people out. And to hire all these private contractors to actually detain them. Because there isn't enough U.S. Customs or ICE agents to fulfill.
Then it's just probably something where they're just trying to show their dominance, just like when they were doing the bombing and got into that little war that Israel and Iraq had.
Israel and Iran?
Yeah, Iran.
You think it's kind of like a principle thing?
Yeah, it's pretty much just like he said he was gonna do it his way, and he's like trying to stand on his business no matter what.
Yeah, but man, there's just like so many other priorities that budget can fulfill,
Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna get worse, and it's not gonna end up well.
I also seen a stat where they were saying that Social Security is deemed to pretty much run out by 2034.
2034?
Yeah, that's like 9 years from now.
9.
Like that's nowhere near like our retiring age.
I'm about to retire tomorrow and just like kind of collect the most money I can. Then
all bad, but like that, like kind of tying things together, like
they're wasting all this money on this when they could.
And like the amount of money those people contribute to like the Social Security, like all the other like government benefits or whatever, and like they don't get anything back.
Yeah.
So now imagine, and they contribute like millions and millions and millions, the quote unquote immigrants.
Yeah.
Like they contribute so much money, like, and now you're gonna take them away. Like, okay. how's our funding gonna work now?
Because that's what they say, right? It's just like, oh, like we're getting them out of here because they don't pay taxes, this and that. But when realistically they do, and they do help a lot, and the government like that, like refunding money, paying taxes.
Yeah, that's a pretty big misconception that a lot of people don't know. Like, they still pay taxes on their goods. They pay taxes on their earnings. Now that like say they do file like just recently the IRS gave like ICE and Homeland Security like all the information.
All for us?
All the people that use the ITN numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like that's messed up right there.
It is. Yeah, I'm just not gonna pay the IRS no more for being backstabbers.
Dude. Or like wasn't like Trump's whole thing was abolish the IRS?
Yeah. Right?
Like him and Elon?
Yeah. So
it's like, bro, like
it's just like I said, it's just
or like when these people are trying to like when the immigrants are trying to attend their court hearings.
Oh, they're taking them from court.
And as soon as they exit, like they're with their lawyer and everything, and they just snatch them up.
Yeah.
Or like they'll just be like outside by the court, and they'll just get snatched up.
I heard of a guy. I'm not sure if it's true or not. I haven't seen him in so long, so I want to say it might be true, but yeah, I heard that he attended his court date with the lawyer, and they took him into
Custody?
into custody
Yeah.
right after his hearing. So
That's messed up, right there.
I don't know how true is it. I don't know if it's something that where he's already deported or he's just in a holding cell for now, or what's going on with him. But
Yeah.
I just hope it's not true, just because it's something like that. I wouldn't wish it against nobody.
Is he like someone local or like someone from like LA?
Someone local.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's crazy. Just snatching you up and like
Yeah.
But then that kind of brings like a whole different conversation. Like they say, do it the right way, but like
If you do it the right way, you still get fucked.
like they're trying to do it the right way, but you're snatching them up.
Yeah.
Like they're they're spending their money on their legal fees. They're spending their time to get the whole situation right, just to get booted out. Like, what do you think the solution is?
I don't know. It's just, but like I said from the beginning, they're just going for the easy route, where they know they're gonna get something secured by going to the courthouse and taking them from there.
I mean, they're even going to like schools, churches, hospitals.
Yeah, didn't they say like
construction sites?
What was it, like a month ago? They took a little kid from school.
From a school.
And they took him from his family, and
damn, imagine.
I think he was like what, 10, 12? I think I heard.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen that one.
But yeah, so they got him from school. They took him, and they took him away from his family. 12-year-olds inside those the cells where I don't know how many people are there. And
yeah, it's like, dude, imagine like you go to pick up your kid and he's just not there.
They took him. Where did they take him?
Who took him? Like, where did they take him? And like you don't have a solid answer.
An answer.
And what sucks the most is that kid has to see the judge.
Yeah.
At the end
What
of
is
the
he
day,
gonna say?
and like, how is he gonna defend himself, or how is he gonna stick up for himself? I don't know. It's just messed up. I think the real solution is just a better freaking pathway. Like,
yeah,
there's like nothing else.
Where the way I see it is like, you could even just go after the criminals that are even in jail. Start off with that. They're already locked up. Like, pretty much take them, and if they're not doing good, then yeah, like boot them out. But people that are trying to work and have that real American dream to better themselves and their family, like, you just,
yeah, I don't know. It's just a shit show, really.
and by the way it looks, it's probably not gonna end anytime soon.
No, I mean, they literally have the National Guard out there, bro, and Marines out there.
Yeah.
Do you think all of that, all those military personnel were even necessary?
To a certain extent, because they were like doing all like stuff that they weren't supposed to, like pretty much raiding places, burning down vehicles. Yeah, that wasn't all right. It just doesn't make the community look any better.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it wasn't like for all that, like that bad stuff that the people were like putting up, like, if they wouldn't have done all that, then yeah, like, don't bring the National Guard. But since they did do all that, like, yeah, it's to protect. But
see, but those were only the LA streets. So now imagine the Capitol gets raided and there's no Marines, there's no National Guard, it's just Secret Service and local law enforcement, if that.
yeah,
Like, what kind of seems more dangerous?
well, obviously the Capitol.
I mean, I don't know. I think they're just going about it too excessively.
Yeah, because all those videos like all leaked of people just getting shot at with rubber bullets and all that, just literally walking. There was a video where I seen that. What was it? A guy? He was just like crossing over, and there was a cop on a horse, and he just started beating him with the baton, just for walking by.
Oh man. Did you see the Australian reporter got hit with the rubber bullet?
Right in the forehead, no?
No, it wasn't the leg.
No, then.
That was another guy.
Oh, okay, that's the one I had seen. The one that got shot. He just shot from far and.
I think that was a CHP riot squad.
Oh, was it? Oh, damn. Yeah, that's the only one that I seen, and the one with the horse, but.
That one was funny, the one with the horse. He was recording it from a distance. He just went.
Like if he was on top of like a street, because they were down in the highway, and he just shoots up.
He was on the on-ramp.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, that was funny. But yeah. How did you want to end this off?
On
a lighter note.
On a lighter note. Well, that's pretty much what I got for today. It's covered a few little topics that I had in mind.
Did you get out what you wanted to get out? Since you've been wanting to talk about that topic for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was good.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much.
There's just so much things to cover, like within that single topic.
Yeah, and it's a never-ending thing, just because you could talk way more about it, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna change their mind just by saying it. But
yeah, kind of like referring back to the whole National Guard thing, how because the National Guard is a federal entity, and the whole thing was Gavin Newsom like never got like any.
Oh, he didn't get the request.
He never got like any word or any meeting regarding the National Guard's presence in LA.
Yeah,
and he made it like a whole like public thing, like, oh, we will be suing, blah blah blah. But in the media, they try to like make themselves look like enemies, like Newsom and like Trump.
Yeah.
But like we know the truth, like behind closed doors, like they're freaking buddies, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's just how politics work, bro.
And then like I said, I don't really like get into politics just because it's a never ending thing where.
Yeah, I mean, you have like your billionaire president, and you have the governor of the state that contributes the most revenue. Like,
yeah,
bro, they're
gonna be.
They're locked in behind closed doors, bro. Like it's just like a whole facade that they're putting out of the media.
They want to give a little.
They want what they want is they want people to choose sides. That's literally what they want.
For me, it's just I see a lot of things and yeah, I'm a little informed, but it's just a never-ending topic.
You can go into so many different rabbit holes, but yeah, you know how we like to end things off, giving the audience a piece of advice or small piece of wisdom.
It's gonna be like my last one, where it was in Spanish. Vale más una amistad que el dinero. So pretty much saying that a friendship is worth more than money. So
more valuable than money.
Yeah. So pretty much it's.
Because do you think money can buy a friendship?
For a certain extent. Because if you run out of money, that friend's gonna be gone.
But is that really your friend because you bought him?
Oh, friend, quote unquote friend. So that's what I'm saying. It's value the people that are there for you when they don't ask anything in return, pretty much. So they're not there for the favor. They're there because they're genuinely there for you, not for what you have to offer and for what you bring to them.
That's pretty solid. Mine is a little bit more simple. It's something along the lines of, if time is your most valuable currency, then spend it wisely.
If time is your most valuable currency, then spend it wisely.
I could get deep.
That one's a good one.
I could get deep. Yeah, you like that one. Yeah, but with that being said, continue
continue showing support. It doesn't go unnoticed on our social media platforms. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tap in.
And to tell that friend to tell his tia and his tio to tap in.
And the prima. And the primo.
All of them.
And the dog.
Everybody.
And the fish.
And the fish.
And the fishes.
The fish. Oh, shout out all my Yodi people. But yeah, we'll just close it out like that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and
fill out those forms for us.
we want to hear some
some tea or something.
But
yeah. With that being said, we're gonna end things off here.
Thank you guys.
Peace.
Peace.